Last bolt back there is so close to the tube I can't get a socket on it, and I didn't know what in the world to do. I tried to order an 80-degree offset wrench, 80-degree angled offset wrench to put on there. The head of the monkey wrench is turned sideways so that I could get on the side of that bolt. But then a guy at work brought up that I should use, and at this point, now when I think about it, it's duh, but it wasn't so obvious then. He said I should use some Allen head bolts. Oh, come on. So those are Allen head bolts I got from Fastenal. Fastenal, if you ever need any kind of nut, a bolt, any kind of fastener, if you can tell them what you need, they'll give it to you. Or they'll find it. So I went to Fastenal, got black oxide, out 3/8 inch, 6-16 by 7/8 inch long. So 7/8 inch long is 3/8 bolt with 16 thread, if that means something to y'all, but it meant something to them, and they gave me these, and they're an exact match for what I need. So I have my Allen head, and what I'm hoping to do when I get to this is use an extension to, well, I'm gonna have to go buy another Allen head, because this Allen head here is so fat that it won't even fit up beside the tube so that I can get to that. So I need to get one of the long Allen wrenches, or hex, what do you call this? This a hex socket, whatever. I need one of these, but really long, so that I can reach, I can come from the battery side here with an extension and an elbow with the long one and reach it, I hope. Because if I have to use my little Allen key, the Allen L-shaped wrench, then I don't know if I can get enough torque on it, even with a cheater bar, to get to my 40 foot-pound torque. So anyway, that's what I plan to do there, inshallah. That's the plan. But it's coming along now that that problem is solved with those over there, and it's just a reach problem right now. Because I've put all of these bolts in, this is, y'all can learn from me. I've already torqued all these down. I should not have done that until I got I thought I could reach every bolt, and I just thought I could, but I didn't count on that last one. But because I did that, I can't, and I had that last one finger tight. Now it's tight because the header is shifted around once it got tight. And when I went to try to loosen it with my finger, I couldn't get it loose. And since I can't get a wrench on it to pull it out, I gotta wait for my little special order 80-degree offset wrench to get here, and hopefully it'll be here and I'll be able to get it out. If not, I'll get a pair of pliers and try to work something out. But when y'all are putting yours together, if you attempt this job at home, make sure you can get a wrench on every single bolt. Get every one of them finger started, right? And after you get every one of them finger started, then go back through and try to torque each one. Try to put a wrench on each one. If you can get a wrench on each one, then go ahead and tighten them down. But if you can't get a wrench on all of them, then don't torque them all down until you find a way to get to the bolt that's hardest to reach. Alright, I think that's it for tonight. We'll go ahead and spray that PB blaster on that high pressure switch. My 80-degree offset angle wrench is supposed to be here, inshallah, on Wednesday. I'm going to leave this alternator mocked up. That's it, folks. For those of a certain age, you remember a booty believe. That's it, folks. Hey guys, I got my wrench in, and you see how it looks right here at this end. I was able to reach it back there. You see the way it's shaped, so I could put it right here and then turn it up and hit the wall, turn it up and hit the wall. But when I went to tighten it all the way, I put a cheater bar on the end of it and tried to push it, and the whole wrench just flexed. Because it's so cheap, and you know, it fit like if you just getting in a tight spot with a normal 3/8, but this China made 80-degree offset angled wrench is not what it's not gonna help you when you're trying to hit 35 foot-pounds. So what I did, I went ahead and used one of these Allen head bolts. Used the Allen head bolt in there, and just to make sure, I put a lock washer on it, because at first I thought I cross-threaded it. I was trying to tighten it up, and it just stopped a washer width away from the flange. So I was like, oh crap, I cross-threaded it. But come to find out, I didn't, but I'd already put the lock washer on, so I just left it on there and tightened it on down. I had to end up getting creative to tighten it. I had to get my quarter wrench. I was trying to go to 35 foot-pounds, but this was the only thing. My quarter wrench ratchet actually fit on that back socket with this whatever these things are called, these Allen head, this thing here, plus an adapter on the end of my quarter-inch wrench. Was able to, the quarter-inch wrench got to right here. Everything worked out just right. So in order to tighten it, I got my quarter-inch torque wrench, which had a longer lever on it, but it only went up to like 20 foot-pounds. So what I did, I just used it and tightened it up to 20, and then kept on going a bunch of times. And that was the best. So I just guessed that I got it tight, and then that's it. So after I got that done, I went and cut off the bracket from an alternator. Let me see if I can give you a good view here. The bracket is there. You can see it sandwiched in, okay? But it's loose. I haven't tightened this up. But you see it moves around. So what I want to do, once I got everything tightened up and buttoned up, I'm going to drive it to, because I'm already going to the machine shop for the air tube. I'm going to ask him to tack weld it right, put a tack weld here, tack weld here, and then pull this bracket off and have him go ahead and weld this, the mounting bracket to this whole back frame here, because there's no way to get it on this bolt. For these here, I'm gonna notch out, inshallah, gonna notch out these tubes here. Now that one almost goes on without me having to notch it, but I gotta go find out exactly what I'm gonna do, what I need when I put this compressor back on here. Alright, so that's where I am right now. So I want tonight to go ahead and put this, get the compressor mounted up here, get the air tube on, and then maybe do the ASR in this side fender tonight if I still have the time. Then come on up front and get the belt on and the last bit of coolant hoses and the compressor and all that. Alright, that's where I am now. Alright y'all, I just put the spark plug guides onto the mounted the brackets to the head, and I just tie wrapped in all of the spark plug wires, make sure nothing's touching the header. I started mounting this air pipe, but then I was like, man, I wanted to hook up this line, and I don't know where I'm supposed to have this hose connected to. I think it goes down, but I need to put this side fender back in to find out where that hose goes before I tighten everything up. But before I can put this side fender in, I need to put in the AC. Before I do the AC, I got to find out how the brackets are going to be run so I can cut them and mount them. So yeah, so now I'm gonna just go get the compressor, see how it fits on here, test fit it, and then see how the brackets are supposed to be so I can cut them. Okay y'all, I cut this off. Obviously I cut too much, but I'm hoping I can still bite just those edges to put this bracket on. I had that spark plug, I'm pointing at it with the bracket, that spark plug organizer was right here, but when I tried to put the bracket on, it was hitting it But you see, because of that cutout, that slot, I can put it right on without hitting the header. And then it mounts right to the bottom of the AC compressor. So I got 3 washers because it lines up just right about here, so I need it to come off a little bit, and then I slip the bolt through. Let me see if it can hold it, and I'll show y'all. Here are the washers. Now what I do, oh, here's the bolt. So I'm gonna put these washers, hold on a minute, I'm gonna do this off camera. Okay, I don't think I'll be able to show you all this. So I'm gonna put the washers, I want the washers to go on first, and then put the bracket between the washer up against the AC compressor, then the bracket on top of the washers, and then the bolt through. So I can't do it like this because I want the bracket to be spaced off the compressor. So hold on a minute while I do that. Yeah, I can't show it to you. Just hold on a second. Okay, got it done, but that looks like that isn't doing a dadgum thing. So I think it's too many washers I have on there. So I'm gonna pull off some of those washers. You can see the washers right there. I think I have too many washers there, so I'm gonna pull some of those off. Probably pull 2 of them off, and hopefully I can get further back onto that bolt. Okay, and then I put this hose on the other night. I tightened in the air tube here, and then I put the hose on, and I was like, where does the bottom of this thing go to? But the bottom goes to the air pump. So I got, you can't see it. That piece is doubled up. That T right there, that T is the same T that's right here. So I think I'll get rid of this T on this, my stock T, and I'll use this the one that came when I bought the air pipe fitting, because I couldn't get my old air pipe fitting off the exhaust manifold, so I had to order a new one from and like I said, go to mirrockcorvette.com and MIRROCK, Mirrock Corvette. They'll hook you up with everything you need. Okay. Alright, so hopefully when you see this again, I will have the AC or the compressor bolts all in, that bracket in. I couldn't figure out how to get the other one on. I cut it too. I cut this one too, but I just cannot seem to figure out where it goes. Like, it's too short to reach anything here, and there's no way I'm getting it on that. Oh, that looks like that's what it does, but I think I'm just going to be putting just one bracket back on. So, alright guys, after that, hopefully, well, I got to take the kid to school. I'm working early this morning. Got to take my son to school, so I'm just doing a little bit here and there. Alright y'all, just got a little tricky hooking it back up, the wiring and everything, but let me see if I can show you. There's a bolt that goes right here, and this bracket stayed here while we worked, and so then you had to put, if you can see my finger, the cushion is in the way. I'm zooming in on the bolt right now. That bolt right there connects that bracket to the ASR. The ASR has a nut built into it. Up under there, the ASR also has a connection. I don't have the bolts, they weren't in the car to start with, but it's a bolt right there, and there's a bolt right there that's supposed to be in there that connects the air system to the ASR. Also, it's a little vacuum hose that when we were taking the thing off, I was like, man, I hope I remember to put that on. But I had it labeled in my little Ziploc bag. So there it is. It connects to the bottom of it connects to the air system. It goes from the air system through that hose up behind the alternator, and then that's that little black vacuum hose, right, hard line right there. It feeds on back into the intake right there. Alright, and then there was one plug that I had left over. I just couldn't figure out where it went, and it was this one right here. Just couldn't figure out where it went, but because these things, if you just wiggle it around, it'll tell you where it goes when it wants to stand up like that. That's how I knew. I was like, well, I can't see anywhere to plug it up. And that's when I started looking up under there, and that ASR has a plug on it. And that, oh shucks. And that is where that goes. So make that connection right here. Oh well, I got to do it off camera. But you see my bracket is on for the AC system. I ended up putting 2 lock washers behind it and a washer on the front to get as much face time with that bracket as possible, since I cut so much material off of it accidentally. But it's on there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plug that wire up. Later on tonight or tomorrow, I'll work on getting the fenders back in, inshallah.